All right, we're going to talk about how to liquidate your product. An unfortunate topic, but definitely an important one. So the first thing is going to be, should you liquidate your product? Now, here's the scenarios in which you should liquidate and then the best ways to liquidate. Before liquidating, you should consider doing a relaunch. Now, you'd want to do this if you had a good quality product, but maybe you had a bad listing that led to bad reviews. What do I mean by that? Maybe you had poor photos or you were misleading, trying to say that it was doing something that it didn't. So in this scenario, you would want to relaunch with a good listing and just be honest and open about it. And that could be a potential option there. Or if you had packaging issues or something that was, not actually with the product, but the delivery, or, you got the packaging redone or fixed a problem, that'd be a scenario where if it still was a good opportunity, good product and everything, but, something external like that led to the listing being poor, that would probably be a relaunch scenario. Now, liquidating, you'd want to do this if you went into too competitive of a market. For example, let's say you went into protein powder, okay? You have a good protein powder, but it's just too dang competitive and you don't see any way of making it happen. That's okay. Or you made something that was good that had no demand. This is a good time to liquidate. Or probably the most common, you just had no differentiation and perhaps it was too competitive of a market. Now, let's take a step back. The whole point of this is that you want to have good or okay quality. If it has really bad quality and is a danger, well, you should not even be trying to liquidate and get this into people's hands at all. You should just be destroying. It could have some flaws and be okay, and then, okay, it's still worth liquidating. Just be open and transparent about this and use these methodologies to go ahead liquidating. Option number one, you could add a variation on Amazon, bulk or wholesale. So let's say you normally sell one, okay? Now you're going to make a variation that has 50 and a variation that has 100, okay? Or 1,000, whatever. If it makes sense in your market, you could do that and you might get some sales on there. So, those will trickle in over time. You should be able to get your money back or even make some money by doing this depending on the market. I know that I've sold a lot of bulk and wholesale stuff. There's always businesses or people who want a lot of them depending on your market. Number two, what you could do, go make some bulk eBay listings, all right? Put them for 5, 10, 25, 50, 100. Put them all up there. Probably do them as a fixed price. And if you're really trying to get rid of them, you could do them as an auction, but you're probably not going to get a good amount. But, just over time, you will sell these if it makes sense in your market. And definitely an easy way to actually make some money still, because there's a lot of businesses out there that will want it. So if you can't sell it on eBay, can't sell it on Amazon, nobody's buying, what you could do is try to sell it to a local business, okay? Basically, what you're going to do is offer on consignment or just try to sell it to them up front. So we'll talk about up front. You could just go explain the scenario. As long as it's a safe product that they could sell, they might be interested in buying it. And you could get at your cost or sell it below cost and, just offer to get it out. Let's say they're not interested in that. We'll offer it on consignment. Consignment right there. What does that mean? Basically, you'll give it to them and then they'll sell it. And if it ends up selling, then you'll get like half of the money because they didn't put up any capital. They say, hey, well, I'll try to sell it. And if it sells, I'll give you some money. And if not, well, you just take it back. It's a very common practice in retail. So definitely something that you could do to reach out. So let's say that doesn't work. Well, you could go ahead and reach out to some Shopify stores that are selling similar items, perhaps a drop shipper or just a similar store. Say, hey, this makes sense. Would you be interested in buying? Offer them below cost. I've got it. It's ready here. And yeah, definitely something that could happen. Now, if none of those work, this is what you can do. You can still get some value out of this. You can use it as a giveaway to collect customers, okay? Perhaps you could use it as a Facebook ad giveaway, free, and then essentially you'll ship it out to them. Now you're going to get customers with your product in their hands. So I said it should be okay or good quality because you don't want to give away a bad, poor quality product to a potential customer because that's a great way to make a not potential customer, all right? Or what else you could do, give it to, how about this, a YouTube or an Instagram influencer. If it's good, but maybe there wasn't demand or too competitive, influencers love to give stuff to their audience. They want to provide value and create that relationship. So what you could do is offer to do this as a giveaway to them, give away to a bunch of the customers. Now you're going to generate, some good brand value and build a relationship with the influencer, get some emails, all sorts of good stuff. So this is a good way you can still make something out of a failed product. Now, if none of those make sense, what you can do is there's an Amazon liquidation program. Basically, they'll sell it for 10% of the sales price to a liquidator, potentially. Amazon will get 10% of that, you get 90. Net, you get 9%. So not a very good option, but it is a one-click option. I don't suggest this, but for some people, it might make sense if it was just a pretty poor quality, but not dangerous, and nobody really wanted it, and you're just trying to get rid of it. Potential to just get it off your mind to get some money back. So in all these scenarios, you're going to need to remove your inventory from Amazon, probably. So in this scenario where you're doing it with Amazon and you're doing wholesale, well, if you get these, you're going to get killed on the shipping fees, and same with eBay. So what you're going to want to do is a removal order of a majority of your items. You'll probably keep some is the one quantity there, but then now you'll do these 50 and the 100 seller fulfilled. If you are international, this is now a lot more difficult because you will need to find somebody to ship and do all of this for you. So I guess this scenario actually does make sense to some people. If you're international and you just don't want to deal with the shipping or everything, you want to move on, it's okay. First product didn't work. Just move on to the next one then. All right. Hope this was helpful. If you guys have any other ideas for liquidation or any questions, if you guys could leave a comment down below and help each other out. Unfortunate circumstance, but I'm sure we'd all appreciate to share insight with each other and hear some stories. So not a fun topic, but it's okay. Go back and do the checklist that we talk about in the course. And I'm sure that your next product, if you follow all of the criteria, think about it, find something with unsolved consumer needs where you have competition, get a good quality product. I'm sure you won't run into this issue again. So hope this was helpful, and on to the next video.